All right, man. So we're now looking here at the defenders. So the better defense is Real Madrid, without a doubt. And I think it is very simple. I mean, Varane and Ramos have very carefully through the matches formed a very good understanding. It's a very nice thing of old and young, experienced, and the learner apprentice Padawan, or is it Jedi Master Padawan? And they formed a very clear understanding. Lovren is still a Class B brick, and for me, Van Dijk he's an okay defender, but he's not. Ranking wise, he's not tier. I can't call him a tier 3 defender now. I can't do it. But he's decent. He's all right. He's pretty good. But I do worry about that the defense though, and I'm not sure whether that defense can be very much assured. But I think with these games, you have to. It's a final. And I think whenever you come to a final, put form, ability, prestige, notoriety out the window. Because I think what tends to happen in a final is people just switch into final mode. And even a team who may be better sort of find themselves maybe being far more careful and be far more respectful. Like, if this was a two-legged affair or this game was played like in December, Real Madrid would flipping nuke Liverpool. They'd absolutely destroy them and expose them. I think because it's a final and it's so important, Real Madrid will be very careful, and Liverpool will sort of now improve and be far more attentive than they would be in a regular league game against West Brom. So that's why don't use form or whatever's happening in the league in this, because the final is different. Now I'm worried because we look at the flanks. Carvajal is one of the best right backs in the world. He's one of the best right backs in the world. He's definitely top 3. Marcelo, for me, is one of the best football players in the world. I'm putting him top 3. I'm putting Marcelo right with Neymar and Messi and Cristiano and Robin. And so for me, Marcelo is one of the best players I've ever seen. Like, Marcelo's ability is frightening. His ability is frightening, and the things he does in games, I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is why I bloody watch for football. But anyway, we look at the young guns. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, two really good young players, and they have really come of age. And the very fact that these young guys are playing in the flipping Champions League and have acquitted themselves so well, you've got to hand it to them. But I'm worried. I'm worried that these guys are very young and they're going to be facing Marcelo, Cristiano, potentially Asensio and Carvajal. And Real Madrid are a team who really use the flanks. Whenever they counter-attack, they hit the things on the wings. And they have speed. And they have accuracy. And they really walk that overlap. And Marcelo and Cristiano have a really great understanding. So you're dealing with speed, you're dealing with skill, you're dealing with these guys can go left or right, and you're dealing with guys who try a lot of very different things. So I just think that, defending-wise, Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold will have to be impeccable. And 1,000% they have to have help. Like, one-on-one, like Robertson one-on-one, or either Robertson, or I think it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think either of them against one-on-one against Marcelo is not a good thing. One-on-one against Cristiano, fine. One-on-one against Cristiano, against Marcelo, you really want that. Against Carvajal, and Carvajal is a guy who has really good acceleration and knows how to get that balance, and he's great at crossing. He's great at good low accurate crossing. So it definitely worries me. But again, which is echoing my whole thing, it's a final, and let's look at the other end of the spectrum. Maybe this final, these guys will really come of age and we'll really see the best of these young players. So what? They're young. They're here. They're here. And they're ready to stand toe-to-toe. And I think that, Klopp will definitely say to these guys that, no, you deserve to be here, and this is a final. Do not for one second think that you're inferior to these dudes. Just go out there and play. But I think for 100%, I think for Ramos, you're hoping that he doesn't go crazy. But Ramos has been pretty good in finals, man. And in two Champions League finals, he's... Wait a minute. Okay, sorry, he didn't score. I was going to say, has he scored in 3 Champions League finals? No, so he didn't score against Juventus. But I just think that, you know, for I think Ramos and Varane, man, that's a tough defensive partnership. And I don't really have any worries about them. You know, and Ramos Ramos goes crazy in La Liga games against Elche and so forth. He doesn't go crazy in final games. And Ramos is always one guy who can pop up and actually he's clutch. Actually, like his nickname is Sergio Clutch. But Van Dijk and Lovren, they're the worry man. I think Van Dijk has to really... They've got to work together. I mean, the communication of Liverpool has to work together. So I think definitely I'm looking at that Liverpool defense a lot more under the microscope than I am the defense of Real Madrid. But again, look, man, it's a final, and let's just see how the cookie crumbles for all of these dudes, man. Let's just hope that Lovren does. I mean, let's hope that Lovren doesn't have a huge mistake. Same thing as I said with Carras. Let's hope that Lovren doesn't have a big mistake, because that would be very, very much unfair. But I believe that what they lose in technical ability, they make up in effort, energy, and stamina. The key battle is the midfield battle. Once that referee blows his whistle, it's you versus me. There's no newspapers, there's no stats, there's no tweets, there's no retweets, there's none of this crap, there's none of this fans doing all of this stuff. It's you versus me.